Welcome to KiniNews. I'm your host Prasad. If you're familiar with how some of our MPs behave in Parliament, then you've likely seen the unruly shouting matches that would make a market or a zoo seem like a library. Banksy famously painted the UK Parliament filled with chimpanzees. Now we've got our own Malaysian version with a very special buyer. Malaysian MPs portrayed as monkeys, apes and frogs. That is the latest painting purchased by Selangor ruler Sultan Sharafuddin Idris Shah. The Selangor Palace in a Facebook post said that Sultan Sharafuddin immediately wanted to buy the painting upon seeing it. According to the palace, it will be hung in his private study. It also said the monarch hopes to one day auction the piece to raise funds for charity work. The work appears to be inspired by a painting by English artist Banksy that portrayed the UK Parliament as a house of chimpanzees. In the Malaysian painting, Dewan Rakyat Speaker Azhar Azizan Harun and two officers are drawn as humans. However, politicians on both sides of the aisle are illustrated as various primates, including chimpanzees, orangutans, mandrills and macaques. Among the monkeys and apes are also frogs of various colours. The identity of the painter is currently unknown. The search for one of Malaysia's most wanted men ended yesterday when he surrendered. And no, it's not Jolo.
Alleged gang leader Nicky Liao Sun Hee has been charged after more than a year on the run. Nicky is facing 26 charges under Section 4(1) of the Anti-Money Laundering, Anti-Terrorism, Financing and Proceeds of Unlawful Activities Act 2001. This is after Nicky turned himself in at the Bukit Aman Commercial Crimes Investigation Department's headquarters along Jalan Tun Razak yesterday morning. If found guilty, Liao can be slapped with a maximum fine of 5 million ringgit or a prison term not exceeding 5 years, or both for each offence. Prior to his arrest, Liao was charged in absentia under the same act. Also known as Datuk Seri Nicky, Liao is the founder of Winner Dynasty Group. He landed on the police's wanted list for his alleged involvement in a syndicate dubbed Gang Nicky. Police believe the syndicate was involved in various organized crimes such as fraud and money laundering. The police often found themselves a step behind Liao during the series of operations to detain him last year. Former Johor Police Chief Ayub Khan Maidin Piche, who was behind the operations, suspected Liao managed to evade arrest with the help of law enforcement authorities on his payroll. Following this, police trained their guns on those who were aiding Liao. Then Inspector General of Police Abdul Hamid Bador revealed that 34 police officers and enforcement agency officers were linked to the fugitive. Since then, 10 police officers and 2 from MACC were detained in connection with the case.
Rafizi Ramli has his eyes set on PKR's party polls. However, his ally Nurul Iza has her eyes set on winning over voters in GE15.
Nurul Iza Anwar will not be contesting for the top 6 positions in PKR. Nurul said she will instead focus on efforts to woo voters who are still on the fence ahead of the 15th general election. Taking to Facebook, the former PKR vice president said her work will be done via the Ayu Malaysia campaign that she co-founded with Rafizi Ramli. Meanwhile, 2 local celebrities are expected to take part in the PKR party election, particularly in its Ampang division. According to PKR insiders, actor Hans Isaac and rapper Ultimate have signed up to run for the Ampang division chief post. The position was once held by Ampang MP Zuraida Kamarudin before she defected to Bersatu. Hans and Ultimate are expected to face 6 others, including the incumbent division chief Muhammad Kamri Kamarudin.
Scammers pretending to be the taxman or the police have been hard at work, and if you think elected representatives would be the last people to fall for such scams, think again. In Kelantan, one assembly person has lost thousands of ringgit.
A Kelantan State Assembly person has lost over 84,000 ringgit after he fell victim to a Macau scam 2 days ago. According to the police, the victim only realized he was scammed when he visited 2 bank branches to check his account balances and apply for a new bank card. Kelantan Commercial Crimes Investigation Department Chief Wazir Muhammad Yusof said the assembly person received a call from an individual who claimed to work for the Inland Revenue Board. He was informed he had an outstanding amount of unpaid tax amounting to over 52,000 ringgit. The scammer claimed the tax was levied on a 200,000 ringgit deposit made into a company the victim owned, something the victim denied receiving. The victim's identity has not been revealed. The case is being investigated under Section 420 of the Penal Code, and police are looking for the suspect.
One MDB's ex-chair told the court today why he stepped down without informing then Prime Minister Najib Abdul Razak.
Former chairperson of 1MDB's board of directors, Muhammad Baki Saleh, did not meet Najib Abdul Razak to inform him about his resignation. Baki was the 13th prosecution witness in the 1MDB audit report trial against Najib and the fund's former CEO, Arul Kanda Kandasamy. He told the Kuala Lumpur High Court today that he did not practice the courtesy then due to his suspicion that Najib was involved in alleged irregular 1MDB monetary transactions. During previous court proceedings on December 22 last year, Baki testified that following the revelation of the diversion of $700 million of 1MDB funds, he tendered his resignation as chairperson on October 19, 2009. The witness told the court then it was because 1MDB's management did not abide by the board's instruction on the $1 billion from the Sovereign Wealth Fund, which was meant for the joint venture between it and Abu Dhabi's PetroSaudi Saudi International Limited. He also testified then that Najib did not reply to his text messages about the diversion of the funds. Baki also testified that he then believed that 1MDB's management team ignored the board due to them taking instruction from Low as well as Najib.
Every COVID-19 test I've taken so far have turned out to be negative, but what if some of the results were false? This is why it's important to have reliable test kits. 2 brands have just lost their approval to be sold in Malaysia.
The Medical Device Authority has revoked authorization for 2 brands of COVID-19 self-test kits. This is after it was found that their performance to be below par. Health Minister Khairi Jamaluddin revealed that the MDA had tested 22 test kits on the market after receiving complaints from the public. From the 12 results obtained so far, it has been found that 2 of them did not reach the required performance. The 2 affected brands are WizBlue and WizBiotech. They were registered in Malaysia by Inovac Technology Sendirian Berhad and Conan Medical Technology Berhad, respectively. The MDA's website currently shows there are 128 COVID-19 self-test kit brands that have been conditionally approved for the Malaysian market. The entry for the 2 recently rejected kits appears to have already been removed.
Applications from contract doctors who did not include their MMC details is the main reason why they were rejected by the Public Services Commission's system.
Malaysia's Public Services Commission, SPA, said it will look into the issue pertaining to contract doctors' applications being rejected through their system. The Malaysian Medical Association has cited technical issues as among the main reason for this. SPA chairperson Zainal Rahim Siman told Malaysia Kini that the main reason why only 817 applicants out of over 3,000 applicants qualified is because many had not registered for their MMC number. Without this number, he said that they cannot be sure that the applicant is a doctor or not. MMA President Dr. Ko Kar Chai noted that a survey done by MMA among 533 doctors showed that several didn't fill up their MMC details in the application form because it was not mandatory at that time. Filling up MMC details has now been made mandatory. Meanwhile, other reasons cited were limited options under the Field of Specialization section of the form, as well as how a few did not want to fill in their CGPA marks. Zainal opined that giving your CGPA is not something applicants can run away from. Ko said that MMA has raised the issue to Health Minister Khairi Jamaluddin last Thursday. A letter proposing for the application process to be simplified has also been sent to the Health Ministry.
And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Prasad. Thank you for watching.